Presenting sponsor of this year's event is Ocala Grand Prix, a full-service kart racing facility and nationally recognised racing venue, only a short drive from Orlando. OGP offers racing kart sales and service, as well as corporate events, driving school and trackside support team. As a dealer for Tony Kart, CRG, Rotax and Mojo, OGP can help any racer, new or experienced. OcalaGrandPrix.com. Located adjacent to Homestead Miami Speedway, Homestead Karting operates a premier full-service karting facility. The multi-configurational 3/4-mile track regularly hosts North America's top kart racing events. Homestead Karting is also a first-class kart shop with a full range of sales and services, as well as a karting school and corporate opportunities. HomesteadKarting.net. But we do get away for a first clean jump away. Christian Brooks takes the lead from Logan Sargent. Austin Versteeg on the outside of the front row didn't try to challenge from the outside. He cut across to the right hand side to make sure that he didn't lose any more places than necessary. I believe that's Christian Brooks in first place, Logan Sargent in second place, and is it Kyle Kirkwood or Austin Versteeg in third place? It's one or other. Well, you see some officials running across the circuit. I don't think we're in a position where the race is needing to be stopped for any reason, so not quite sure what that urgency was. But hey, urgency. How about the urgency from Christian Brooks? He's kicked out a 5-kart length lead over Logan Sargent in the early stages of this one. Christian Brooks, I was going to say won the pre-final this morning, but then that's stating the obvious a little bit. If he started the final on pole position, that gives you a clue that he won the pre-final, doesn't it? Oh, and there's a mechanical defects flag coming. Can I see the number? Not quite. Not able to tell you who that was for. It was from one of the runners in the top 10, I think. So, well, let me just stay with the numbers. We think that might have been Michael Mitchoff. Michael Mitchoff, kart number 544, running in 14th place, has the misfortune to be called back into the pits to rectify that mechanical defect. Out on the circuit, Christian Brooks leading from Logan Sargent, Kyle Kirkwood in third place, Austin Versteeg in fourth. Behind Austin Versteeg, that's Darren Keane. Darren Keane running fifth, just to the right of your screen as you look at the moment. Coming into view just behind Darren was Devlin DeFrancesco. So, Christian Brooks in an early lead over Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent just a little bit more of an advantage over third place Kyle Kirkwood as these guys conclude lap 2 of a 14-lap Minimax final. Thank our class sponsors, Keane Racing, and yes, it is the same family as Darren Keane. His father very involved in the Keane Racing Homestead Karting camp, and obviously rooting for young Darren. Homestead Karting run by Tony Schrader, Keane Racing and Homestead Karting down there in South Florida, just a little bit south of Miami. They're the guys who sponsor this class, and we say thank you to them. So, Christian Brooks leading from the yellow suited Logan Sargent, who you see there just taking the corner. Logan's got the close attentions of Kyle Kirkwood, and behind them Austin Versteeg. That looked a little bit bumpy and lumpy, didn't it? In fact, has Austin Versteeg lost a place to Darren Keane? Well, I was just looking at my notes on Keane Racing and Homestead Karting. No, he hasn't. Christian Brooks, Logan Sargent and Kyle Kirkwood are the 1, 2, 3. There in fourth place coming into shot now is Austin Versteeg, and Darren Keane is behind him in fifth place. They are second, third and fourth. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh as they went across your screen. You're seeing Logan Sargent being tracked by Kyle Kirkwood. This is the little dice that our TV produces. Oh yes, and Kyle Kirkwood just momentarily having a little look there. Don't think it was a serious attempt to pass, but it just shows how it's worth just keeping your wits about you. You never know when an opportunity presents itself. Kyle Kirkwood tracking Logan Sargent for this second place in the Minimax final. Well, Christian Brooks just pulling a little bit further away. He's just done a 62.7, where second place Logan Sargent has done a 62.86. So it's looking good in the early stages for Christian Brooks. Looking good simply because he's established an advantage, not merely leading the race, but he's broken any kind of toe at this point. So Christian Brooks, may be that Logan Sargent and Kyle Kirkwood will think to work together. What we're seeing now is the battle behind them. Austin Versteeg fourth. But there is Sargent being tracked by Kirkwood. I was going to say, will they try and work together to reel in Christian Brooks? Well, don't think they're in a position to now, because they, well, let's have a look. Maybe nearly close enough if Kyle just got a shade closer. This is coming towards the end of lap 5, but Christian Brooks has a big lead. Starts lap 6 now. His margin over Logan Sargent is 0.8 of a second, and Logan's got 0.14 of a second on Kyle Kirkwood. Austin Versteeg still running 4th, and Darren Keane still running in 5th place. Making their way onto the back straight now, the right-hander onto the back straight. But instead of continuing along the long straightaway, they're being brought in onto this sort of return home straight, parallel with the home straight, going in the other direction. Now back out onto the back straight and just moving away into the complex. The right-hander now will sweep them back in field and does so. Christian Brooks holding the advantage over Logan Sargent and Kyle Kirkwood. Well, this little dice we're looking at now, this is the scrap behind those. Austin Versteeg is running 4th, Darren Keane 5th, Devlin DeFrancesco 6th, Christian Cole 7th, Thomas Isa in 8th place, or Thomas Isa, I think we pronounce that. And sweeping down at pace, one of the drivers who, can't tell you exactly who that was, and be keen to know, because he's definitely picked up a couple of places on the approach down to turn 1 at the start of lap 7. On the back straight once again. Race leaders sweeping back out before turning right-handed inside into the track. And moving up another place now behind Devlin DeFrancesco, that was Christian Cole and Darren Keane swapping places, and oh, another wide sweep. I think that was DeFrancesco possibly. Not able to tell you with absolute certainty, but it's a good piece of viewing, even if I have to make the apology that I can't be sure who it is that we're watching. Going over the start line now for the start of the 8th lap. The order is Christian Brooks, Logan Sargent and Kyle Kirkwood. Austin Versteeg 4th. It was Devlin DeFrancesco going into 5th place in front of Christian Cole 6th and Patricio Ward 7th. That pushes Thomas Isa back down to 8th. Once again onto the back straight. Big lead for Christian Brooks. Logan Sargent 3rd, Kyle Kirkwood 4th, then plenty of action behind them. That's Logan Sargent to the right in the yellow race suit. Behind him, Kyle Kirkwood, tracking him about 2 kart lengths, 2.5 kart lengths. And in front of them, by a margin of a full second now, is race leader Christian Brooks. Going over the start line once more, and Kyle Kirkwood getting closer to Logan Sargent. So, has Kyle thought it's time for a move? Let's just stay with these two. This is the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Logan Sargent holds the advantage. Just at the bottom of your screen, you caught a glimpse of Christian Brooks, the race leader. He's off to the right of our screen now. Well, Logan Sargent doesn't appear to be imminently about to be passed by Kyle Kirkwood, but on the second part of the back straight, They're pretty close, aren't they? This is coming towards the end of lap 9. Christian Brooks out of shot, just going underneath the shot now. At the bottom of the picture is the race leader. Then in shot, Logan Sargent second and Kyle Kirkwood third. Well, Kirkwood's definitely making an enquiry here on the drag down to turn 1. Is Kyle Kirkwood able to make a move? Chooses not to. Either could not or chose not. So at the top of your screen, just disappearing out of picture, race leader Christian Brooks being followed by Logan Sargent and Kyle Kirkwood in third place. 9.5 laps have gone in this 14-lap final for Minimax, sponsored by Keen Racing at Homestead Karting. Our overall presenting sponsor is OGP, Ocala Grand Prix. Ooh, and Kirkwood getting closer and closer, and what's more, so is everybody else now. So that couple of guys running as a second pairing, that's evaporated, isn't it? Because we've got a much closer order as we look across that span of 5 drivers. Race leaders on their 11th lap. Christian Brooks leading Logan Sargent with Kyle Kirkwood in third place. Then behind them, Devlin DeFrancesco and Austin Versteeg was the battle that we were watching. Behind them, it's Thomas Issa, Christian Cole and Patricio O'Ward. All of those guys in screen and in shot. Flynn Lazier is running 9th and Juan David Buitrago completing the top 10. Well, Logan Sargent looks to have put a little bit more distance between himself and Kyle Kirkwood, doesn't he? So when we last focused on those two, Kyle Kirkwood was a fair little bit closer than this, although having said that, since we've come back to them, Kyle Kirkwood is taking the cues, saying, yeah, I think we're supposed to be putting on a show, you and me, Logan. Tell you what, I'll catch up to you a little bit closer, and just when you least expect it, I'll be making a move. This is our race leader, Christian Brooks, looking good, turning right-handed into turn 1. Well, let's have a look at the wide field so everybody can see all of their favourites. We'll do that. Let's go to it. Continuing to have Christian Brooks, Logan Sargent and Kyle Kirkwood running the 1, 2, 3. Devlin DeFrancesco up into 4th place, although did I see Austin Versteeg out of the corner of my eye having gone past him? Probably not. This once again is Logan Sargent, Kyle Kirkwood, the battle for 2nd and 3rd. It's lap 12 of a 14-lap final, so deep into the race here at Miller Motorsports Park in the state of Utah. Christian Brooks continues to lead off shot. To the left of your screen, that's Logan Sargent in 2nd place. 3rd place is Kyle Kirkwood. And, well, Kirkwood closing. Ooh, and was that a little bump? But Kyle Kirkwood not able to get a pass executed, just going round this turn 5 at the top. Briefly you saw Christian Brooks, but we're majoring on Logan Sargent and Kyle Kirkwood for the very good reason that they're serving the closest battle near the front of the field. The battle indeed for 2nd and 3rd. They're 1.6 seconds behind behind Christian Brooks, and with as little to go as there is, 1 1/4 laps. In fact, make that 1 lap, is it? Just about. Their back markers going through. Christian Brooks probably at 1.6 seconds advantage, just needs to keep the kart on the tarmac. 1 to go. And so you're still watching Kyle Kirkwood. He's got 1 lap to make some sort of impression on a move from 3rd to 2nd at the expense of Logan Sargent. You saw Christian Brooks moments ago. Christian Brooks in a 1.8 seconds lead. It really is. There he is at the top of your screen. This is the first part of the back straight before the lads move off it onto the return home straight opposite the start-finish line. Well, don't want to put the commentator's curse on anybody, but it's not as close as it was, and there's less than half a lap to go. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Christian Brooks leads it. Logan Sargent second. Kyle Kirkwood third. There is Christian Brooks. Christian Brooks has had it relatively easily. Sees the checkered flag in sight now. The checkered flag is made ready, and your champion in Minimax is Christian Brooks. Christian Brooks wins it. Kyle Kirkwood in second place. Logan Sargent in third place. So Kyle Kirkwood getting the advantage over Logan Sargent right at the end.